Today I will be talking from the Old Testament, the book of Nahum. Nahum is a Hebrew word, it means consolation and comfort. It is written in that when God gives you much, much is expected out of you. If He has given you wealth, if He has given you good knowledge, wisdom, you have to use it. Use it for others. It is not given only to you, but through you, through the mankind. If you're a wise person, you will always part your wisdom with others. If you have more, then you can always share with people. Take care of them. When they are in problems, when they are in troubles, or whatever it is. Whatever one human can do for others, God expects us to do that. And then, it is written very clearly, if you do not do that, then God avenges, and His vengeance is very, very furious. If you become mean and do not want to part anything, except that you become more and more proud, and in your pride, you hurt people, accuse people, do wrong things, thinking that you have a certain power of money, position, maybe anything. Any power that God has given you is not your power. He gave you to use it in a good way, but you started using in a bad manner. Then God becomes very furious. When He venges against his adversaries, the people who go against His will, then He will never acquit you from punishment. Punishment is there for you. Maybe late bit, but there. There is a story about an incident in the life of King David when he was not a king. They used to live in the tents, and from one place there were nomads and shepherds, and they would go from one place to another with the entire family, their children, their wives, their flocks, their gold, silver and wealth, whatever they had, from one place to another. So they were at a time came when they were at a place called Ziklag. The people were always fighting each other and attacking each other for the wealth. And in wealth they would take everything, wives, children, everything, including flocks, gold, silver. The wives were used, the girls were used as concubines and other things. Men were used as slaves. So for that only they were always fighting with each other, attacking each other. Once when David was on war with other, it happened that the Amalekites came at Ziklag, knowing very well that David is not there. They started looting them, and in 3 days they finished the war because there was hardly any men left behind. So they took all the girls, the wives, everything captive, all the flock, everything. So when David came back with his soldiers and found the city being burnt down, everything gone, they all cried. For 3 days they couldn't stop crying, till they were absolutely tired of crying. They didn't know what to do. David was a wise person, a good man, and he had done so much for his people, always caring for them, and a very righteous person in the sight of God. He was always doing well, so he was always praised by his people. One wrong thing, whether it was wrong on David's part or not, but they all went on war because they had to put certain people push behind so that they stop attacking them. They were very annoyed with David, and for everything they started accusing him wrongly. It was wrong accusations because on war everybody goes. When they loot, the spoils are divided between them, then they are very happy. that they have more flocks, more gold, silver, everything, more women in their camp. That time it was okay. But if they have something else happened and the same thing was done to them, then they start accusing. And a time came when David was absolutely sad. He was losing his strength. When he found everybody going against him, all his goodness was gone, all his good deeds were gone, all his helping them was gone. Putting them in a right position, in a high position was gone. They have forgotten in a second. And he heard that they were planning to stone him to death. He was afraid, he was losing his strength. That in a second he became an enemy for them. They were accusing him for things that he's not even done. He was sad. He went to the Lord, prayed to him and asked for strength. Lord is very powerful. His strength is very powerful. And to the righteous people and the people God loves, when they come to him, God never leaves them. And God told him, go for a war. The Amalekites are there and you are going to win. Bring back your people. So he goes again. 600 people goes with them because they had their own self-interest. Their children, wives were there. And they came near a brook called Besor, where 200 of them were so fatigued, so much they couldn't do any more fighting. So 200 were left there. And 400 went ahead. And while they were going, they found in a field an Egyptian man, all broken, almost dying. So they picked him up and asked him who he was. And he said, I am an Amalekite. And we had come here to do the war. We found Ziklag empty without David, and we looted them and burnt it. So he said, okay, come, I'll take you to our leader, King David. David saw him and he said, first, feed him well, take care of his wounds. He may die, so take care of him first. For 3 days they took care of him, gave him good food, gave him to drink, looked after his wounds. When he was fine, then he was called by David and he asked him, what happened? He said, this is the thing. We had looted, burnt Ziklag. He said, we know where they could be camping, because in those days, people were they were nomads, so they would go from one place to another. After the loot also they would go. They do not know with 400 men which way to go, where the Amalekites have gone with the loot of Ziklag. He said, I know them. He said, but don't give me to them, and don't kill me also. He said, no, neither we will kill you, neither will give you to them, but lead us to where we can find. He knew where they had gone, so he took them there. David found all the Amalekites enjoying, making merry, having a party, drinks. The women were there, new women, new girls were there. And he jumped over them, their entire troop of 400 people of David. They fought from the twilight to the next evening, killed all of them. Those 600 of them, 400 maybe of them, ran on the camel and went away still. The war was very furious because it was a war that God was doing with David. He was a powerful man because he was powerful in the strength of God. He rescued all the people and brought them back, including the loot. When they came to Baror, the place where the 200 were staying, were waiting for them, the other 400 said that we are not going to share anything with them because they did not come to war with us. Where David said they were very tired, they were not fit to be at the war. So they were left behind with the supplies. Everything that we have, they said that we will only give them their wives and children and whatever belonged to them, but the loot we will not share with them. For which David said no. They were waiting for us here. Everything will be shared. as it is the rule. So David saved everybody, brought everybody back. There are times when you also feel in your life, the very people that you have loved and cared and done so much for them, and they started, and when you stop doing for them, they are so disillusioned, or they are so angry with them, that how come they're not the same today. They start accusing you for wrong things that you have not even done. It hurts you. They forget what are the good things they have done for you. Then they start blaming you with wrong things, with wrong sayings, which you have not even said, not even done to them, because they have somehow to accuse you. They are evils, which you may not be knowing, because in your goodness you find everybody good in your life, though it is not so. God at times open your eyes to see the world is so bad. The very people that you thought are to be very good are not at all good for you. So this is how God reveals the personality in the time of crisis, in the time when you are not doing good to them at all, not able to do. You see their true faces. They tell lies about you. They try and do wrong things. They defame you and do many things which could hurt you. But remember, you may feel alone at times, but that is not the time to feel alone, because God is with you. He will strengthen you. He will strengthen you immensely. Go to Him, ask for help. It is written in the book of Isaiah, when you lose your strength and you feel weary, God comes in. Go to God. He will give you strength. He gives the strength to the weary and helps them. Be careful not to get into the trap of bad people. They are always there. But if they had not shown their true faces, if God had not revealed the veil out of their face and showed their true faces, you would never have known. And you have continued to be good to them, which is not so. Be careful. Be careful in everything in the world. Do not ask for help or happiness from anyone except from God. In Deuteronomy again he writes that with his people, with his righteous people, he is always ahead of them. He is protecting them always, like he protected the Hebrews in Exodus. He always protected them. When they were hungry, he gave them water. Thirsty, they gave them water and food. Everything, every shelter was given to them. Put God in front of you and you will always be protected. The evil will always reveal himself. The evil ones will join the evil ones and praise them more, because the evils have got together to praise each other. And that is where you will understand how evil the world is, how people sometimes your own are, the friends are, and people around you are. The good people will be revealed also to you in the same way. Do not go back to them ever, now that God has revealed them. David was really, really very unhappy when his own people started thinking of stoning him to death for one wrong thing, which he had also not done it. It's everyone who went for a war with him. And many times they had gone for war, and many times they have won so much and brought so much home, back gold, silver from other people, and then they were dividing. That time they were happy. But when the same thing happened to them, they started accusing and thinking of killing him. That is where the intentions of the people are revealed. Be careful. Be very, very careful with people around you, your own especially, who know you too well. They could harm you more than anybody else emotionally first. Therefore, always go to God for that, not to anybody else. David was like a diamond to God. The diamond was once a coal, but with the pressure, it became diamond. And with the shine, it became so precious and priceless. David was the same thing for God. He was priceless for him. With all that pressure that people get over them, every time the pressure gets over them, go to God. He will reveal the diamond inside of you. Because in God's eye, you are a diamond. And when the diamond shines, the other stones do not shine. They always are less in front of the diamond, which is more precious to God. So it is precious to the human race, to the earth also. Be like that. Do not get into the trap when the evil get together to show their evilness. You have understood them, go to God. He will strengthen you more. No worldly things, no worldly people, no worldly pleasures will give you more than what God can give you. He is powerful, the most powerful. And all those who have troubled you, hurt you, or wronged you, told lies about you or accused you for wrong things, that could hurt you very much. You came under pressure because of that. Go to God. He is the one who venges the adversaries, the evil ones. If a godly person ever is accused wrongly, hurt, or not treated well, he goes to God. One should go to God. And He is the one who takes the vengeance. And what He does, He never quits from punishing them. You take your refuge in Lord. He is the only refuge, only most powerful refuge that you can get. Take that. Not at all the worldly people. They will falsely keep praising you for no reason. As they have praised you once, they're praising others, each other, but they are evil. Stay away from those evil. Find strength in your own character, in your own self. We see from this story also of King David. Every chapter that I read, I always get strength from what actually they were and how they were dealing with people. It was always God with them that made them more powerful than the others. So will God make you His diamond once you go to Him. God bless you all. Today is a nice sunny morning. I am making my video out. And God bless you all. All that I do, the reading and make these videos, is not only for me, but wanted to share all these small things, which are not actually small, but very, very educational and emotional things, which we all people go through, and we can learn. If we have a character like David, we are the diamonds of God. Do like, subscribe and share my channel. Words of Wisdom, decoded by Anita Benepal. I'm Anita Benepal from Mussoorie. Good morning and bless you all. Have a nice day.